Any other thoughts or concerns before we begin?
Nope.
Great.
This is another Fly by the Seat of Our Pants episode, sponsored by Noah Vance.
I
Welcome
live by
back.
the seat of my pants.
I have pants. I don't know if that's how we're starting this or
I
not.
don't know either. Hello, everybody.
Whoa! Wow.
You
That's
go.
called syncing. That's called synchronicity, folks.
Yeah.
Some people call that being simpatico.
Simpatico.
This episode is sponsored by Noah Vance. Go see him at Christ Community and tell him Cole and Noah sent you for him to buy you lunch at Chipotle.
Yep. He said he'd honor it too.
He would. He said
he'd
that.
honor
He
it.
did say that. He also said his recommendation is watching paint dry. So also, only one person has still let us. Well, actually, maybe I haven't checked our Instagram in a while. Maybe you should also text us, or if you have our number, you can text us.
Yeah.
Message us on Instagram. Tell us what you want to talk about. What
Or
you want us
YouTube.
to talk about. Or YouTube.
We had our first YouTube. Well, maybe not our first. One of our first YouTube comments on our short.
We did
videos.
have this.
We had a couple comments, and one of the most recent ones was a dude kind of grilling me because I said early 2000s bands, and I was wrong. Apparently, Boys Like Girls is not early 2000s; it's late 2000s. I don't know. He was so convinced.
Who said that?
Some guy I don't think is a part of our normal friend group. Like, I think he's actually just the algorithm fed him our short form content. And I was so appreciative. I liked it. And I said,
my
"Cole
friend
stands
Isaac,
corrected."
my friend Isaac messaged us and said Age of Ultron did a number on Noah. Did I go off on Age of Ultron?
That must have been no, but you basically were like, AI is the worst. It's going to take over everything.
Oh,
Clearly,
that's why.
Age of Ultron did.
Isaac, shout out Isaac. He always reshares or reposts our stuff. He's a fellow friend of wrestling. Hold on, I'm going to click on our short. Hold on.
Sense.
Stop talking, Noah. Boys Like Girls isn't early 2000s.
He has some Can we fact check this? Can we fact check this?
So Boys Like Girls, I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say their first album came out in 2005, which I guess would be mid 2000s.
Mid 2000s. And
let me check though. Wikipedia. Here we go. Oh, wow. I'm bang on the money.
Is it
Boys Like
2005?
Girls formed. They were originally an American band. Formed in Massachusetts in 2005 with their self-titled debut 2006. So that's like mid 2000s. I guess it's closer to 2010 than it is.
Well, old math would say if you're rounding to the tens place, 5 rounds up.
Yeah, that is true.
So the guy,
I guess
he's technically right. He's technically right. I was wrong.
I mean, even still. Okay, but you're calling All Time Low and We the Kings. Wait, hold on. Newfound Glory, Yellow Card, Good Charlotte, early 2000s pop punk. Yes, I do agree with those. Boys Like Girls, All Time Low, We the Kings, like the next wave of bands, late 2000s. Wow, this guy must actually listen to us, though. He called you by your first name.
Well, that's because I replied. I said Cole stands corrected.
He also said,
and then he said some expletives.
No, yeah. He says, "Don't blank this up. Don't blank up half a decade ever again, Cole." Which hopefully he means in jest. Hopefully it's funny. Cass the Prophet is his name. Shout out to you for finding a random video about that.
You know what'll make me feel real bad is if he's actually a friend of ours. That would be very sad. Texts us and it's like, "Hey, it's me, so and so," and I'm like, "Oh, dang it!"
But like, what? I mean, I just can't see a friend cursing it. I don't know.
Most of our friends are just church friends with.
I mean, I have some friends who definitely throw a curse word around. But
it's not that they don't have potty mouths. It's they're selective about who they have a potty mouth around. They're selectively.
I think the name of this episode is going to be called Selective Pottymouth.
Selective Pottymouth. Yeah. Oh, hey, it's Halloween. When this episode comes out, it is Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Or if you don't celebrate, Happy Hallelujah Fest. Happy Hallelujah Day. Happy Fall Festival Day.
No one calls it that. No one does a Hallelujah Fest, actually. Seriously? No. Why are you looking at me like that?
How long
is that
have
a
you
TikTok
been,
thing?
How long have you been involved?
Harvest festivals.
Yeah. I've heard people. Maybe it's just a joke I heard once. I've heard Hallelujah Fest.
I got it. We'll fact check it. Maybe.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Hallelujah Fest. That sounds more inappropriate. Like, what are you doing today? I'm going to a Hallelujah Fest.
Festival, Hallelujah Festival 2024 this Friday, 25th of October. I don't know where that's from, but Hallelujah Challenge Live.com. No, I'm telling you, there's like I've heard it before. Maybe I heard it as like a joke. Maybe a Christian comedian said it, which I could definitely see.
I want to be careful because I know there are probably people who we love and we know and who love us and know us who are like, Halloween, I don't touch that.
Yeah.
That's evil. And I respect that.
Yeah.
And I still take my children trick-or-treating and call it Halloween.
We can debate about it all day long. I saw a TikTok about this recently. I don't need to bring that up here just in case. I don't want to offend anybody. It's not my place.
It's not my place. I mean,
forget.
you're allowed to.
Yeah, I mean, he based it.
If it makes
around,
you better, you can offend me if you want.
Yeah,
I'll be offended.
You. He based it around scriptural stuff, so it's all good things.
Doubt it.
But I'd have
Triggered.
to show you a TikTok to show you, and nope, Verizon, I don't want this. I'd have to find it. I'll show you afterwards.
Okay.
But just know he based some stuff around scripture where, essentially just saying like, if you have an issue with it, then don't celebrate. Like it's fine. It's,
that's fair. Like if your conscience is like, I don't know if I can do Halloween and feel good inside, then don't do it.
Yeah. Yep.
Don't do it. But if you're looking really hard for a way to like confirm this is an evil thing and we shouldn't do it, but you don't act like it's not that big a deal, then don't worry about it.
I'm gonna text it to you so I can remember. Yeah. I know you don't have TikTok. And
now, if you're doing actual witchcraft ever,
then
it's just don't do that. That's bad.
Good. Oh, side note. Speaking of witchcraft.
Speaking of your witchcraft.
No, I have started some. No, I'm just kidding. That's a joke. That's a joke.
I've been playing this game lately. It's called Talking to the Dead.
I recently got a book of spells. I actually got my hands on the Darkhold. Don't look at my fingers. No, speaking of witchcraft, gosh. I started watching Agatha all along, and it's actually pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, it's not bad. I didn't really think much of it. I was expecting it to be like uber demonic and stuff.
Yeah. You don't feel it is?
I mean, it messes with witchcraft, which is like
there's witchcraft in it.
Yes.
Naturally, the characters are all.
But I don't.
Not all of them, but some.
I haven't had anything that's given me like a pause, other than there are some parts where they like speak Latin, and I'm like, but I haven't had anything that's given me like a great pause with it. Because again, we can talk about this all day long. It's the same way I viewed Stranger Things, like when that fourth season came out. It got to a point where it felt more like fantastical, and this almost feels very much so along the veins of like, just like witch style trials. It just feels more. Yeah. It feels to me more so, just like I don't know, it feels very Marvel-y. So it doesn't feel. It's the same way like. Multiverse of Madness had a lot of darkness in it. I didn't leave going, that is inherently demonic. This is giving me deep pause in my spirit.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
I definitely have stuff that can trigger that. And this show thus far, I'm going into the 5th episode, hasn't done anything like that. Because I just directly correlate it to Scarlet Witch and that whole whatever.
I mean, that makes sense. I think a lot of people feel the same way about we're specifically talking about Christians. So I think a lot of Christians feel the same way about like Thor and Loki and all the Norse mythology that's in Marvel. It's like, okay, like they're Norse names and they are names of things that people really did worship as deities and still do to a smaller extent, but still do. And that doesn't trip them up as much. But then you get into when Marvel starts playing with way more explicitly, like this is witchcraft. Why do we know that? We're calling it witchcraft. This is a witch, and now there are spells, and now there's like a demon in Multiverse of Madness, which I like. So Stranger Things season 4 and Multiverse of Madness gave me more pause that made me go, I don't know if I'll watch the next iteration depending on how this goes.
Yeah.
It's part of the reason I didn't want to touch Agatha. One, because I don't care that much about her character.
Yeah.
And I was sad about how they ended. Not WandaVision, but Wanda's character. Like Wanda's character arc just made me sad.
Well, from what I've read, some spoilers for Agatha all along. I don't think a lot of our viewer base is watching it. Maybe you are. There's something that came up most recently in an episode that I haven't even seen yet that they think that Agatha drops that Wanda's not dead.
Yeah.
So
either she is, this is dumb. I was about to say either she is dead or she's not. So but the way she dies in Multiverse of Madness is so...
She could come back and it'd be like,
It'd be like, duh. Yeah. Like the building fell on her and that was the end. And you're like, everything I know about superhero movies says that guy is not dead.
Mm-hmm. Unless you see a body, they are not dead.
Yeah, exactly. What makes me sad is the arc of it anyways. Like even if she came back, I wouldn't be like, yay. I'd be like, they kind of did her dirty.
She's kind of like evil.
Yeah. And she went evil fast, and you don't get to see it
No.
develop as much. You see some of it in WandaVision, which I loved. Loved WandaVision. And then it like teases, oh, will Wanda go down the light or the dark side? And then all of a sudden she's full blown.
And then also, where's
evil.
White Vision at?
I know, right? Like, did he fly himself into the sun?
Yeah, did he die?
Is that what happened? He's like, I am the real Vision. And then he flies away. So
Like-
is he like, I'm the real Vision and now I'm free? Or is he like, I'm the real Vision, so I have to go destroy myself? Like, what?
Who
What?
Yeah, who knows?
He's out there somewhere, I think.
Yeah. Who knows?
Maybe he's not, and it just wasn't clear to
I don't
me.
know. So far, I haven't gotten a pause with it. Whether you watch it or not, I'm not endorsing the show. I'm just saying it's pretty good for a Disney Plus show.
Yeah.
I haven't been given any pause yet.
Speaking of Latin and witchcraft,
Cole has also
demon
picked
stuff.
up witchcraft.
I've picked up witchcraft. No, I was listening to this Catholic exorcist talk about what he does in ministry and when he's doing exorcisms, which was fascinating. And he said sometimes to test to see if I'm just dealing with a person who's got some mental health issues or I'm dealing with a legitimate demon, I will pray, and I will pray in Latin. But then, without telling the person that I'm doing this, I will finish my prayer and I will start reciting a cake recipe in Latin as well, because some of the words in the cake recipe sound kind of religious and sound kind of like Jesus, and they don't know what I'm saying because I'm speaking in Latin, but the demons understand. And so if they start freaking out when I'm reading the cake recipe, I go, this is not a demon. This is a person being weird. But if they're freaking out when I'm praying and then I start reading the cake recipe and all of a sudden they're chill, then I'm like, oh man, it's actually a demon.
That's crazy.
I was like, that's kind of that sounds crazy, but
use that in
also
Deliverance.
it's kind of objective. yeah, crazy, right?
Yeah, that's wild. That's a fascinating.
It's the only time I've ever thought, oh, now I wish I knew Latin. I wish I could.
I'd love to get Pastor Dave and a Catholic priest who does exorcisms in a room together and just hear them
Oh, dude.
tell stories about what that's like between the two of them. Because I bet there'd be some similarities and then like a lot of differences.
Yeah. Well, I've read there's a conference. I don't know if it's still going or if they still call it the Q Conference, but there was a conference called the Q Conference where they basically did little TED Talks, but the whole point was we're asking hard questions, mostly around ministry and stuff, but we're asking hard questions that we have no intention of providing the answers for, but these are questions we should be asking right now. One of the breakouts was by a different guy than I mentioned before, but a Catholic exorcist who's been doing, and his job is to like train exorcists in the Catholic Church. I can't remember his name and it's killing me. He's got a book that I haven't finished. Demon Slayer. He is Doomslayer. He's got a book. It's like the demonic exorcists and something blah blah blah. I don't know. But some of the
profound title.
I know, right? Some of the stuff he said in that talk and some of the stuff he said in his book is exactly what you said. It's like, this is really similar to like what I've learned or what I've run into in ministry, almost like dead on identical theology. And then there's others that are like completely different theology. Like he mentions authority's a big thing in like the deliverance scene, which makes sense. But for him, I guess, he says if I don't have the authority of the, I think it's like the governing priest. I'm going to get some words wrong. So if you're Catholic, please forgive me. I'm not. But basically, like if I'm doing an exorcism for a person who goes to a specific church or parish or whatever, and I don't have the permission of the like priest or person who's been put in charge of that church or whatever, it won't work. I need their permission. Otherwise, now I don't have spiritual authority to do it, which is, I was like, that's fascinating because that's not at all as like a Protestant. I'm not like, if somebody was like, will you help me with a deliverance? And I was like, what church do you go to? And they're like, well, I go to this church somewhere else.
I need your pastor's
And I was like,
blessing.
I need your pastor's permission or it won't work. I was like, I don't know if I hold to that. I'd still kind of want their pastor's permission just out of respect, but not like,
but not because like if you don't, the person.
I don't imagine there's a demon that's like, I don't have to listen to you. You're not my dad. You're not my dad. You know what I mean? Fascinating stuff.
So Cole, with it being almost Halloween,
Yes.
What a turn this is taking.
Today.
Just
Today
quit.
is not right now recording,
yes.
but
As of recording, this is not Halloween. But when you see this on YouTube, Spotify, or hear it on Apple Podcasts,
yeah.
this is Halloween. What is your
Halloween.
couple things? What is your favorite Halloween movie?
Oh.
Not necessarily even scary movie, Halloween movie.
Great.
And then I've got a couple questions. Favorite Halloween movie?
Okay.
Favorite candy?
Okay.
Favorite costume you've ever had?
Ooh, okay. I got them. Favorite Halloween movie. I grew up watching the Peanuts movies.
Okay.
So it's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Okay.
Just a classic. Reminds me of childhood. I love it. This is also kind of out of nowhere. It's not technically a Halloween movie, but it's got some scary vibes to it. As a kid, I watched this movie called The Page Master.
Oh.
Did you ever see Page Master?
Where it's like half cartoon, half real.
Yeah. He turns into a cartoon. That one gives me Halloween vibes. I'm not into scary movies, so that's about as Halloween as it gets for me.
As Halloween-y as it gets.
As Halloween-y as it gets.
Sorry, I'm a child. That made me laugh.
What was the second one? Favorite candy?
Favorite candy?
I do really like candy corns, and they only come around in my life for Halloween.
Okay.
That's it.
So, guys, that's the end of the podcast. Permanently, Cole's going to have a different friend.
You. This is what broke the friendship was candy corn.
Dude, have you ever tried the Starburst candy corn? It's horrible.
What?
Tastes like you're eating candles.
That sounds awful, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I hate candy corn, but continue. Okay. My wife loves candy corn.
What was the third one? Costume.
Yep. Favorite costume you've ever had?
My dad helped me build a Dr. Octopus costume modeled after Alfred Mulaney's and Sam Raimi's
Not Mulaney,
Spider-Man
Molina.
2. What did I say? Mulaney?
John Mulaney. It was modeled after John Mulaney.
Alfred Mulaney? Yeah, my dad helped me build that. We constructed everything. So we bought an overcoat. We had a piece of wood that was like stapled to the back on the inside, and then 4 spheres of wood like screwed into that. And then my dad bought at the back of your dryer
laundry tubes. Yeah,
the laundry tubes. We bought a bunch of those, and then out of styrofoam he carved out every little claw. Awesome. My dad went all out on that thing, and we went to, I think it was Skate Days for a Halloween.
That's now a church
party. Is it really?
Yeah.
Skate Days, the church.
Yeah, you're talking about the one that's off of like 132nd by Oakview Mall, kind of?
Probably. I was a kid. I don't know where anything was.
Well, one thing about me, I know like where things are by like streets and things like that. I love stupid. It just helps my brain remember. And so if Skate Days, was it also Play Days?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm no help here.
If it's what I'm thinking of, if it's the Skate Days I'm thinking of, it's now a church.
That's super cool for them.
Yeah.
Good for them.
So formerly Skate Days and Play Days.
That was the coolest costume I ever had, and it won me whatever little competition they were doing that night.
Yeah, as it should.
That's announced
incredible.
Me over the PA. They're like, in third place this, second place this, and then they're like, first place, obviously, the Dr. Octopus costume. I was like, I won something?
Yeah.
I've never been cool in my life.
And you probably won like
with a homemade Dr. Octopus.
Slice of pizza.
Yep.
That's pretty rad.
Yeah. What about you? Concept. Favorite movie? Candy? Clearly not candy corn.
Yeah. Favorite. Let's see. Favorite Halloween movie. What's funny is I don't watch a ton of Halloween movies, but if I had to choose like a specific movie to watch around Halloween, I love scary movies. I don't watch them as much anymore, but 1978's Halloween, John Carpenter, just such a classic. I mean, Michael Myers is probably my favorite of like the slasher-esque genre. So I love that movie. It has one of like the most iconic theme songs. In fact, it just came back in the Fortnite item shop and I got it. And it's a Michael Myers bundle, and he makes this synthesizer appear, and he goes and then with his other hand he takes a knife and it plays the bass notes of dun, dun.
That's clever.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. So I love Halloween. Favorite candy, I go between like gummy candy or like chocolate-esque candy. Those are like the 2 categories of candy in my mind.
Yep.
So I always am up for a Reese's, like a Reese's pumpkin that looks nothing like a pumpkin. Love it. So probably Reese's peanut butter cups, not Reese's Pieces. Those can burn.
They're not as good.
Yeah. What's funny is I love peanut butter M&Ms though, but those are like chonky boys.
They are.
Yeah, they're thick. Whereas Reese's Pieces are just tiny little babies.
That's interesting. What is the Reese's Pieces is just like more peanut butter, I think.
Yeah.
When I think about why, because I don't like them as much as chocolate
No.
or peanut butter M&Ms.
Yeah. Peanut butter M&Ms are great.
They're great. They're like
so good.
They're enough peanut
They're
butter.
chunky. I told you. They're thick.
They are.
They should... Thickums. Thick M&Ms.
I was trying to get there.
Yeah.
You
Thickums
took
is
it the rest of the way.
Yeah, something.
Thick M&Ms.
Yeah. So anyways, thank you, M&Ms. Shout out to you guys. Favorite costume. So I have two that come to mind. One is a Batman costume. What a shock. What a shocker. I was Batman
Big
2 years in a row. Like way back when I was a kid. Those costumes are okay. We just bought them. Then 2013, my half birthday, October 27th. So half birthday.
Yeah.
I proposed to my now wife dressed as Batman. And she was Catwoman.
Did not.
And my friends.
How did I not know this?
One of my friends was Bane. One of my friends was Nightwing. We had Commissioner Gordon. One of our other friends was Poison Ivy. And we did a whole thing. And originally what was going to happen was my dad was going to cut out this little thing to make a bat signal and shine a ring. And then I was going to propose. That didn't work. So we ended up, Bane took over Trunk or Treat.
Yeah.
So Batman and Nightwing went to fight him. Bane beat us. Then Catwoman came up to help, and Taryn was like, "Oh, I would have acted better if I knew what you guys were doing." And then she helped me up, and I knelt and proposed.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So this was at a Trunk or Treat event?
Yep. 2013.
Very cool.
Yeah. So I was dressed as Batman.
Yep.
Which was awesome.
Yep.
And I like pieced together the costume. So I got like one of those crappy like morph suit Batman costumes.
Sure.
And then I bought a belt that was meant for like holding ammo.
Yep.
And I had these gloves my brother gave me from the military that were like these Oakley gloves, but they had Kevlar knuckles, so that fit. Dude. And then I bought like these things that are supposed to go on the butt of shotguns to hold more rounds. I put that on my forearm on this side, and then put like I got Velcro or whatever and stuck it on there and put gauntlets on there, gauntlets on the other side. And then I bought like a cheap batarang from a Halloween store. This other kid who was Batman came through, and he instead of giving him candy, I took my batarang off and put it in his like Halloween bucket, and he lost his mind. And that was probably the coolest moment, because to him, I'm actually
that
Batman.
Guy's really Batman.
To him, I'm taller. Yeah. I have facial hair. I had the eye paint. I did everything. Yeah. And to him, I'm actually Batman.
Yep.
And so that was a pretty fun moment.
Dude, that's so cool.
Then my other one is when at a youth party, me, TJ Bliss, Jesse Cracked, I think is his last name. Yep. And then Trevor Larson, we went as the characters from Hot Rod. So I went as Rod, so I bought a wig, and then I bought like a Dickies jumpsuit, and then Taryn painted all of it, and then painted me a cape. TJ went as Kevin, and he even bought like the cat shirt. Trevor went as Rico and walked around with a stolen monitor, which if you haven't seen Hot Rod, none of this will make sense. And then Jesse was, or not Kevin, sorry. TJ was Dave. So Bill Hader's character. Okay. Jesse went as Kevin because he had the perfect like swept down straight hair, and it was awesome. That was funny. That was probably one of my favorite costumes, because it just was like, it's so good, dude. Yeah. It was such a. I wonder if that's. I don't know if I have that on here, but that was a good one.
I probably won't get around to having a costume this year, but I think the next costume I want to do is either one of the Nazgul from Lord of the Rings or the Witch King of Angmar from Lord of the Rings, because it's easy looking. Like, it's just like a bunch of tattered black robes, some gnarly looking gloves, and
Nazgul is what they called me in high school.
Nazgul.
I actually didn't know what a Nazgul was.
Until I just explained it.
Yeah, pretty much.
The Nazgul? You don't know what a Nazgul is?
Nope.
Oh, bro. So watch some Lord of the Rings. Have you? I don't do number. Have you? You've seen Lord of the Rings? Yes. We've talked about this. Yes.
Yeah.
Noah?
A long time ago. Yeah. I saw them all in theaters.
Okay, but so you have it since then?
The first one came out in like 2000. I was 6. Next one was like 02.
Sure, yeah.
So I was 8, and then like 10 years old.
Yeah.
And I remember like next to nothing about them.
They're worth it. Like, as an adult, they're worth it. I didn't get into them until I was an adult, because I saw them as a kid. My stepmom loved them, and I never understood why. Now I understand why. They're amazing. I love them.
Yeah, there's something about it. I just don't. There's certain franchises that I just can't bring myself to go back to.
Sure.
And I don't know why that's one of them. but
WWE,
bro,
never runs out, huh?
nope. That's 2002,
Never
still going
runs
strong.
I saw a short of dudes wrestling in zero gravity with WWE stuff in the background, and I thought I should send this to Noah. And before I could even send it to Noah, I looked down and guess who had already liked it on Instagram?
Because somebody sent it to me. But
No.
you want to know what's funny? I'm such a like wrestling snob that I that I watched that and I was like, they didn't even do the moves that they're saying on commentary.
They're not even real fans. These
No,
guys.
like I watched it and they're like, oh my God. And he was stating a move that he was doing and
Yeah.
they were not doing that move at all.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
I was watching, I was like, this is so cool. But then I heard that and it took me out and I was like, this is stupid.
This is so dumb.
At least get the move right. It's so easy to do in zero gravity.
So easy. Would you ever do one of those flights? So they do zero gravity flights where you can get in a plane and basically the plane has this.
I'm not ignoring Cole. Also, I'm looking for this hot rod costume.
Yeah, if you're watching, Noah is clearly ignoring me.
I am ignoring Cole.
Noah, did you see how I zoomed in on your thigh last week when I edited? Did you
Yeah,
see?
unfortunately. I did
When I
see that.
said, "Can I zoom in on that?" and then later me was like, "Oh yes."
Yeah,
yes,
I watched
can.
back over that and I was like, that's very funny. And also very sad for me.
It's like the only edit. I'm not even supposed to be editing all these. Like I just enjoy editing them. Anyways, what was
No,
I
it was-
saying?
Zero gravity flights.
Yeah, so zero gravity flights. If you didn't know this, people watching, you can get on a flight. I don't know who does them. I'm sure somebody out there will sell you tickets to a flight like this.
Elon Musk himself.
Surely. But the plane takes a pretty steep ascent, and when it does, you hit like 2 Gs. Oh, that's funny. You guys totally do, yeah. That's pretty solid. You'll have to send me that picture so I can post it in the video. Yep. Yeah.
Here's Cole telling the story featuring me and Jesse.
There it is. The flight will take a steep climb and you'll be at 2 Gs and you have to like lie down on the ground because it's 2 Gs, like twice the normal gravity.
$2,000. Yeah.
2 Gs, exactly 2,000. And then it'll come down and you will experience zero gravity because you're just falling. You're just falling with the plane. And that's when you have like time to like hop up around and do the zero G stuff. I'm assuming that's what they were doing in that video because it did not look like they were in a space station.
I think I would.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun.
I think it'd be a blast.
Why not? But it might also scare me. But then again, I've gone on record on this podcast saying I would take a space cruise over an ocean cruise.
You did, didn't you?
Would you rather do an ocean cruise?
If I had to choose between two experiences,
Yeah, you choose space.
I'd choose space.
There's
because
no way you wouldn't choose space.
Who wouldn't?
Well, yeah.
But
And
if
you're
it
the
was
space
like,
guy.
which one's...
I'm the cowboy guy. You're the space guy.
Yeah. But I'd love both. If like both are an option, can I have it all, please? Can I have...
You can't have your cake and eat it too.
eat it too? I would really like to.
Yeah.
Please.
What I'm trying to think of more Halloween things. Cole, what is your favorite thing about the fall, which is oh so short here in Nebraska?
Football and marching band.
Wow, that was quick. I did not have anything that quick. I'll be honest. As I was asking that question, I was like, "What's my answer going to be?"
I did marching band, and band was like my life in high school, and I had no idea how much it meant to me until I graduated, and then I went on to Bible college where I did not have football or marching band, and I saw all my friends who a lot of them went to UNL and they were doing marching band together, and my heart broke. I was like, oh my gosh, everything that I have poured my heart and soul into now is not in my life anymore. How do I come to grips with this? And I worked through a lot of that, but that was a big part of like college and figuring out who I am and what I miss. Well, wouldn't you know, a bunch of those old band friends reached out again over Facebook because one of them is back
And
at
you're joining a marching
Burke.
band.
And I'm joining a marching band. That's the end of the story. I'm joining a marching band. We're thinking about doing a big reunion. So I've been thinking about it a lot lately. And Nebraska is good this year. So like I have reason to love football again and marching band. So I like that. I like just getting outside. I don't like the winter. I hate the cold, but the fall is fun. And my wife loves the fall and it's really cozy, which means she likes to get cozy with me. And I love that. So fall's
It's always
good.
good. It's always good. Yeah, the fall, I love just the weather the most.
Yeah.
But it's so short here. And ours this year has been really weird. It'll
Yeah.
be like really cold one day. And then like today it's
Dude,
like
as we record today, it's
70 or
hot
so
outside.
degrees. Yeah. Which is very strange. Which 70, it sounds weird, but it's like a week ago today it was like 50.
Yeah.
And then it just climbs. Some days it'll hit 90 again. And then we'll hit like mid-November and everything will suck and it'll be downhill and it'll be negative temperatures and then the inevitable of snow coming, which is just
the worst. If you could like move.
Never see snow again? No, I wouldn't. Yeah, I'd get rid of it.
You'd get rid of it?
I'd get rid of snow altogether.
Same, dude.
Yeah.
Same.
Same. My kids love snow, so that would be a hard thing to come to grips with.
That's because your kids have no responsibilities that the snow gets in the way.
That is very true.
That's the only reason we love the snow.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, well, and there's like a wonderment, and it's like cool to see that.
Yeah,
which that's very cool.
Like it is beautiful.
But if I never saw snow again, it would be too soon.
Yeah, when we went to Costa Rica, and we were there during their rainy season. And we were talking to people there and they were like, yeah, it's rainy season. In the summertime, the water's clearer. And I was like, cool. What about winter? And they were like,
huh?
No, it's just rainy season in summer. That's it. It rains and then it rains less. And then it rains and then it rains less. That's 2 years. I thought if there were a zombie apocalypse, I'm going straight to Costa Rica because I will never have to deal with the winter.
A zombie apocalypse in the snow?
No, thank you.
That would be horrific.
Do you think zombies would have a harder time in the snow? Like, can you use that to your advantage? This is on theme with Halloween.
That is a great question. I don't know. They've never really explored that in like zombie shows.
Right.
Not to its fullest extent. Because I wonder like a Midwestern or even like, let's say North Dakota.
Yeah.
Like that kind of snow dump that happens where it's like, we just received 35 inches.
Yeah.
What's a zombie going to do about that?
Yeah.
Like they're just going to have to keep trudging forward, but that snow gets heavy at a certain point. So you think they're just like, and then they thaw out. Like, do you think eventually they just like thaw?
It's like in Mulan where they pop out of the snow.
Yeah.
They're popping out like daisies.
I just want, that's a great question. I think maybe, but getting around.
Maybe winter becomes the new favorite season because all the zombies go dormant.
They hibernate.
They're too cold. They slow down. They can't escape a hard snow.
What's your favorite kind of zombie also? Do you like the Walking Dead style zombie where it's just like they can get you, but they're not like smart. They're not like unlocking doors.
Yeah.
Or do you like the more intelligent zombie?
It depends.
Much scarier.
Depends on the difficulty level of the game I want to play. Pretty much.
That's true.
Like what I dig about the Walking Dead zombies is it's in a way it's easier.
Yeah.
Which in terms of storytelling creates a lot more space for what evils do you run into when society falls apart and now you're dealing with like just bad people. Like that's cool.
Still a constant threat, but like
it's still a constant threat,
manageable.
but you can outrun them pretty fine, or you can build a chain link fence and be okay.
Or you get people like the Whisperers who just wear zombie skin.
Yes, which is weird and gross, but again,
society falling.
I have kind of been. One of my favorite movies is World War Z. I don't know why. It's not an excellently plotted movie. It's one of the I love story, but everybody's kind of got those movies where they're like the story's not great, but I just love it. It's just a fun movie.
Yeah,
and that's how I feel about World War Z. I think it's because of how aggressive the hordes are in that movie. Like it is. It's just fun, terrifying in a way. I like it. I don't know. I couldn't tell you why. I'm trying to figure out why as I say it. But I get a kick out of the hypersensitivity to sound that those zombies have. Kind of like a Quiet Place monsters,
very
hypersensitivity
creepy.
to sound. And that's just more difficult. If you're like, what would it be like to live in that kind of a zombie apocalypse? That would be so hard.
Yeah, that would
so
suck.
hard. So I don't know if I have a favorite. I don't know if that answers your question.
The Quiet Place world would be miserable.
I'd hate that.
That would be.
Do you know how many times I get sad thinking about how my dogs would be dead because my dogs can't shut up? They'd be like bark.
They'd be gone.
Gone. No more puppies.
Wait, do those things like dogs though? Do you think
they just kind of attack sound?
I mean,
I would assume so.
That's a good question.
That would be if they didn't like dogs. If they were like, oh, a dog barking again, can't stand the way those things taste. I would be the man with all the dogs.
Yeah, that's true.
I would have nothing but barking dogs.
You'd have nothing. I'd have so many dogs.
I'd be so safe.
The man of 1,000 dogs.
The man of 1,000 dogs. I'd move to that dog island. I'd live in peace with all the dogs.
Dog island.
The whole entire world is dying to alien invasion.
Have you ever wondered about that? Like, what do you think? What do you think living on an island, like in a zombie apocalypse, would be like?
The safest.
But like sometimes, like I think Hawaii. Like let's say mainland.
Okay.
Well, I guess if it's the Walking Dead style, it doesn't matter because we're all dead, and then when we die, we become zombies.
We become
Like,
zombies.
that's the
So
thing.
whatever. Yeah, who cares?
But like, if it's spreading,
Sure.
and then like nobody leaves mainland, like, do you think Hawaii just continues living, or do you think eventually that virus gets there? Or?
It depends on the like how the virus is if it is limited to you have to have been like bitten or have physical contact with somebody, then yeah, it's just quarantine, which we all know what that's kind of like because COVID happened. It's just hyper intense quarantine, shut everything down, nobody gets in, nobody gets out, and you keep the virus away.
Yeah, that worked really well with COVID too.
Well, not everybody participated to the same intensity. So,
you know what's crazy, Cole? You want to hear something disgusting?
Yes.
Let's see, 5 months, COVID will have been 5 years ago. Like the shutdowns will have been 5 years ago in 5 months.
It was like yesterday in my brain, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Good old vid.
It's always going to sit in my brain as, oh yeah, when COVID happened not that long ago. Even 20 years from now, I'll probably think of it that way.
And you'll be 50.
And
well,
I'll be
you'll
50.
Be 49.
Will I? I'll be 50. Yeah.
Because you're not 30 yet, right?
Not yet. Not till March, baby.
That's right. I turned 31 in April.
It's coming. I know. We talked about this last time, didn't we?
Did we?
I think so. Yeah. Or maybe that was the lost episode where we talked about turning 30 and 40 and all that jazz. What are some things you want to do before you're 50?
Not die.
Good. That's one. That's a good one.
I don't want to die before
I want to celebrate my birthday every year.
Yep. I just want to not die. I would like to get healthier food-wise. I just am so picky, so I would like to not do that anymore.
Sure.
I want to see the Batman Part 2. And the Batman Part 3.
Good. These are all achievable goals, actually.
Here's the thing,
I
Cole.
love that.
I'm not much of a dreamer, which sounds crazy, but I'm really not. People ask me what I want to do in 5 years. I'm like, as long as I can provide for my family's all here, and we're all healthy.
Yeah.
I'm golden. Like if I have the same job 5 years from now,
Just this.
cool.
Yeah.
If I'm maintenance/worship 5 years from now, as long as I'm still checking those boxes, and that's not coming from a place of complacency. Like I've learned over this year, I have asked God basically every day, God, keep me faithful with today. I can't control what happens tomorrow. I can't control what happened yesterday. Keep me faithful with what's in front of me today. Yeah. And it's really helped me. Honestly, it's really helped dial back my anxiety quite a bit.
Yeah, that's great. That sounds like contentment.
Yes. I'm trying to be as content without being complacent.
Sure.
So, that's, the biggest things. I'd love to get my wife a new ring because we've been married for 10 years.
Yeah.
Again, very attainable. Just knocking out debt, which is so fun.
Love it.
I want to get better at guitar.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not really doing a whole lot to change that right
Sure.
But let's see what else do I want to do?
Are there places you want to visit?
I'd love to go to Tokyo.
Yeah.
I think that'd be rad. I'd love to go to New York in the winter, which we were just talking about how much we hate winter.
Why?
Home Alone.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I just like it seems so much more mystical there. I've never been to New York. I unfortunately won't get to go to New York and see the 3-story Toys R Us. That's been long closed, but that was a dream of mine for a while.
Yeah.
I'd love to go to New York, Tokyo, London. Really want to see London. I want to go to LA. I know, again, it's just like a city, but I love cities.
Yeah.
I'm not an outdoors guy. Like that's why you're hearing New York, London.
Yeah. So like
Tokyo.
if you had the choice of vacation, you're going to pick a city over like
I'm
the
gonna
beach
pick a
or the
city.
mountains.
Yes.
Jake Adams is the same way, actually.
Yeah. I
want
to go to Nashville, another place. I'd love to go there and just, music and fashion is a huge thing in Nashville, and I love both of those things. So I'd love to go there. See the Belonging Company Church. I'd love to go see that. Yeah. That's not really a goal before I'm 50, but that's in Nashville.
Sure.
So that'd be cool. What else do I want to do before I'm 50? There's probably more. Like I said, I'm not much of a dreamer, so I don't like, and not. I don't know why. I think dreaming just freaks me out. Like just
really,
yeah. I don't like thinking about future stuff because then I'm like trying to rationalize. Okay, well, where's this going to come from to get to this, to do this? To this. You know what I mean? And in a lot of it, I think a lot of it holds me back because I'm like, well, I don't want to it's so weird. It's this thing where it's not at all in God's heart, but I'm like, well, and I also don't want to seem ungrateful for where I am right now.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Which
Sure.
is just a thing where I'm like working through that, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it's okay to dream. Like,
Yeah.
it's not bad to dream.
Yeah.
Whereas Taryn is very much so like dreaming, thinking,
Totally.
trying to think into stuff like that. So, but yeah, I would absolutely be, I'm a city person. So people are like, I just want to go sit on the beach for 5 days. I'm like, oh, please no.
Bury me.
I'll go, yeah, bury me in the sand and leave me there. Cause that's how people are like, are you more of a beach or mountain type person? I'm like, I'm right in between where the city is. Like, I like mountains and I think they're
I like
beautiful.
looking at the mountains.
I love the beach.
From my high
I think it's
rise.
awesome. Oh, that'd be so sick.
That would be beautiful.
But I also
dude.
I love seeing, I mean, I've said it before, like, I just love buildings and different retail spaces that I've never been and things like that, which sounds so stupid. I know, but I love malls too. Like, I just love malls. So I'm a city person.
That's cool. Actually, I would love to go to a city with like you or a person who knows how to enjoy vacationing in the city. Because I've never done like I've been to Chicago once.
I don't know that I can get you to enjoy it, but I can show you how I would.
Yeah, but like if I could just see how people do it. I've never been on like a city vacation before.
Yeah.
But I know it's fun, and all I can think about is that sounds expensive.
Oh yeah.
Like when I'm like, I can go to the mountains, or I can go to the beach, or we can go camping or something like that. My brain goes, that sounds affordable and doable and beautiful, and it doesn't cost me a lot of money to just look with my eyes and go, wow, look at the ocean, or look at the mountains or whatever. But for me to like enjoy being in New York means every day I have to spend a lot of money.
See, I don't think you need to. I mean, with food, obviously, if you're going to be getting food, but like at a certain point, I'd just be sucking down cheap pizza. Like,
yeah.
Because I've heard even just cheap pizza.
I need someone to like bust the myth for me and help me understand.
The issue is like, here's the thing. I love things. I love spending money.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to get better at not spending money. But I love spending money. So like it's hard for me, but it's like, like, there's definitely things I would want, but I would have to tell myself no.
Yeah.
Which is, people are like, why do you want to just go look at something? And I can't explain to you why I enjoy just looking.
Sure.
It's the same reason I'll go to a toy aisle every time I'm in a store that has a toy aisle. I never buy anything.
Yep.
But there's something about it, just being able to go back and look, and you look at the ocean and you're like, that's beautiful. I look at a new action figure, I'm like, that's beautiful. Which is also why you can see where like the brain level of Cole and I differentiates. You're like, wow, Cole is so smart and wise, and Noah is a toddler.
Oh my God.
So yeah. What about you? What do you want to do before you're 50?
Oh, geez.
Be able to bench 400 pounds.
That'd be cool. I do like, I want to get in really, really good shape. I want to
Do you want to compete in the CrossFit games?
No, I used to though.
Really?
Gosh, I wanted to. When I first found CrossFit, I was like, that's it. I'm getting on the rower downstairs in the apartment gym, and I'm gonna join the CrossFit game.
I'm gonna row into the CrossFit games.
I've got 9 years before I'm too old to compete. Like, because the cutoff I think is like 35 or something like that. Well, that's when you move into the next age range, which it makes sense, because you just, as you age, your ability to perform at that level is just, it's not the same.
But your actual, what you want to do before you fit.
So I used to naively believe I could be in the CrossFit games, but the level of competition is so insane. It's like Olympic level competition.
Yeah.
You're a full-time athlete every single day, all year round, basically. And I ain't got that time or that money or that strategy to do that well. So no thanks. But I would love to, like, I've never been interested in like professional bodybuilding or anything like that, but I do love exercise. I do love the gym, and I do want to hit a point where I'm like, I feel really good about the effort I put into the gym, and this might be the best that I will ever look in my life.
You want to look like Jake Adams?
Sure. Yeah.
At 40, you want to look like Jake Adams?
Yeah. I just want to hit a point where I can go, I did that once.
Yeah.
I don't want to maintain that and live that way, because that seems unreasonable. And more so long term, like as I am older, I want to be healthy. I want to run around with my kids. I want to go on hikes. I want to be able to keep up with them when they are if they want to do sports later and they want to go on a bike ride or they want to run a marathon or whatever, like I just want to participate with them.
Yeah.
And I want to feel good doing it. I don't want to crawl into bed later in the day going, oh, I'm going to regret that in the morning. You know, like I want to live actively.
Yeah.
And I want to be strong and stable in my 70s and 80s. Like I want all of that. But before I'm 50, I would also like to hit a moment where I'm like, man, I got shredded. That was fun. And then just focus on being healthy after that. So that's like, as far as fitness and physical health goes, I think that'd be cool. And I've got boring financial goals that are like getting out of debt and having however much for retirement. I want to go to Japan someday. I think that'd be so fun. I want to go to Ireland with Kylie because she's been to Ireland before and hearing her talk about how beautiful it is and just some of the ancient stuff that's there. Yeah. That's like, I would love that. And she would love to take me. And that just sounds like one of the coolest date vacations ever.
Yeah, that would be rad.
So I would love that.
Taryn wants to go to Ireland as well.
Yeah, maybe we can do a couples vacation. That'd be great.
Yeah, if this podcast takes off.
We can leave you in Dublin, where the city is, and we'll go around the countryside.
I will still look at the countryside, but I got to be able to go to a city.
Sure. Yeah.
As well.
We'll peruse the countryside, and then we'll hit up the
whatever's in Dublin.
Yeah, whatever's in Dublin.
Yeah, the pubs.
Pub. It was cool hearing Kylie talk about it, though. It's just a really, really beautiful place.
It's women around our wives' age. They're both basically the same age.
Yeah.
Taryn is, in relationship wise, Taryn and Cole are the same age. Kylie and I are the same age.
Yep.
So Kylie and I are both 30.
Yep.
Cole and Taryn are both 29. Right? Is your wife 30 yet?
Hang on. What time is it in the year? She's a year and a half older than me. She's 31.
She's 31, so she's a little bit older. So she was born in 93.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Kylie and I are not the same age. I was born in 94.
Close.
Close. P.S. I Love You came out. No, is it P.S. I Love You? Yeah. P.S. I Love You with, I don't remember who's in that movie, but it takes place in Ireland.
The Scottish dude. Irish dude. The dude.
Yeah. That was a huge. That used to be Taryn's favorite movie. Now her favorite movie is About Time. Which is a great movie.
Yep. Kylie's favorite movies are The Lord of the Rings.
Nice.
Which is why I'm kind of into it now.
I don't think Taryn and I share a lot of favorite movies or shows.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah.
But again, I'm a YouTube person. I basically strictly watch YouTube.
Sure. Yeah.
Basically.
We have a lot of, like, when we were kids, things that we both enjoyed. Like we love Emperor's New Groove. We love The Road to El Dorado. We love Lord of the Rings, and we love Friends and New Girl, and unashamedly, I also enjoy Gilmore Girls. Not as much as she does, but
New Girl was great.
New Girl is hilarious.
Very good show.
So good. Yeah, I'm blanking on anything else before I'm 50.
We'll bring this up again.
Yeah.
In 20 years.
You know what I would love to do? I would love to, like, speak at a conference.
That would be cool.
Sometime.
I'd love to lead worship at a big conference.
Yeah. That'd be a lot of fun.
That'd be very cool. That is a good one.
I'm trying to think, like, professionally what.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'd love to lead worship at a big conference, or like lead worship with like a worship leader, like musical hero.
Yeah.
I'd love to lead worship along Brandon Lake. That'd be super tight.
That'd be nuts.
I'd love to lead worship along Corey Asbury. Also would be super tight.
Yeah.
I'd love to lead worship alongside David Funk from Bethel. Also would be super tight.
Mm-hmm.
Love to lead worship along Cody Carnes. A lot of people have said we look a lot alike, so I think that would be funny.
You guys have a similar head shape.
Yeah, we do. It's called the bean shape. Bean. Got big old chunky faces and big heads. And high voices.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
But it's all good.
Yeah, you make do with what you got.
Whatever.
I had to stretch another hat that I bought, Cole.
No, say
because
it
I got it in
surprise.
the mail and it didn't fit, and so I had to put it around a popcorn bowl and steam it.
Oh, dang it, dude.
But now it fits, and I'm so happy.
Good.
So.
Good. Well, should we do some recommendations?
Let's do it.
All right.
Do you want to do more anti-recommendations?
Anti-recommendations.
My recommendation, go watch something spooky that you feel okay with. So not just something very dark, but something spooky that you feel okay with. That can be, the Sing Thriller thing that just got uploaded to Netflix. Also from that, my kids watched the Thriller music video, which is hilarious. So they watched all 14 minutes of that, and my daughter loves it.
That's cool.
So watch something spooky, because this is coming out on Halloween.
Yeah.
Something to consume. If you're a parent, I almost sound like a pirate. If you're a parent, eat some of your kids' Halloween candy that they get because they don't need all of it, and you deserve it for taking them out trick or treating. You deserve it. And if you're not a parent, go buy a bag of Halloween candy and eat it.
Yeah,
not the whole thing. Maybe not in one sitting. You'll feel sick, but pick your poison. And music. Listen to Spooky Scary Skeletons all day.
Spooky Scary Skeletons.
The remix version. Listen to that all day. Or the Stranger Things theme.
That's actually pretty good.
It's a great one. Or the Separate Ways from Stranger Things.
Oh, yeah, dude. Separate Ways.
Mine, I'm basing it. It's all spooky all the time.
It is all spooky stuff. Okay, great.
You don't have to do that.
Well, I want to keep it
I've got the red light, like the more orangish light.
That's true.
You have the more, this can be all light things.
Light things, all. I recommend you go watch Star Wars Episode 3. Not really. I mean, maybe
in the Batman, because it takes place on Halloween. Duh. What am I saying?
Yeah. What are you saying?
Yeah, I can't believe I didn't even say that. Watch the Batman. It takes place on Halloween. Thursday, October 31st. The streets are crowded.
Wait, was it a Thursday in the movie? Because it's Thursday this year.
I can tell you in just a second.
Is this the year that Batman becomes real? Is that
Oh my gosh, I hope so.
How many times does Halloween fall on a Thursday, I wonder?
Not enough, quite frankly.
Not enough. Okay.
You continue while I figure this out.
I recommend music to listen to. I'm keeping with the... We may have recommended this in episodes past, but it was a while ago. There's a cover of Running Up That Hill.
By Loveless?
Is it Loveless?
Yeah, it's
probably Loveless. It's on my... I'll make sure. I'll find it on my playlist, but it's on my gym playlist. It goes real hard, and I love it.
It goes real hard.
It's Running Up That Hill by Our Last Night.
Oh, yeah.
That one's really good. I love that. And that's just... reminds me of Stranger Things is all. So, yeah, that's a good...
It is!
It is...
Oh, baby. Well, I gotta watch that movie, though.
There you go.
Okay, hold on. I just want you guys to hear this.
Thursday, October 31st.
Okay, that kicks in music, so we can't play any more of that.
That's
But then
crazy.
he proceeds to say, mate, you know what? We should record the whole monologue
Oh my gosh.
to open this episode.
That would be so smart.
I'll record the whole Batman monologue, and then I can spice up with some Lifegate stuff.
This is the time to do it.
Like Thursday, October 31st. The Lifegate halls are crowded.
Yeah, why not?
But in it lies the element, and I'm there too. Bro. Anyway, sorry, Cole, I interrupted you because I got really
That's so
excited about
fun,
that.
though. What are the odds?
Yeah,
I mean, it's
right.
probably not crazy. It's probably
Yeah,
like
it's probably
1 in
not.
7. There's only 7 days
It doesn't
out of the week,
matter.
so.
It's cool.
What else was I gonna... I did music, Running Up the Hill. It's a good song. Something to watch. Something to watch. Ooh, 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 ooh. Go watch The Page Master. Well, I don't know. I enjoyed it. I'm nostalgic about it. Trying to think of some fun Halloween things, spooky things.
You watch The Goonies. That's just a great movie.
Oh, you know what? Like, if you don't mind kind of scary, sort of thriller-ish movies, but it's not like a horror movie, go watch World War Z. Yeah, it's fun.
It's great.
It's just a fun zombie movie. I like it a lot.
And with that, Cole, that very spooky episode, we're still friends.
Even though I was going to recommend candy corn for food.
No, he did. He recommended candy corn.
I did already.
He without thinking, he actually endorsed candy corn. I can't stand by. I will not let big candy corn take over.
I will not let big candy corn.
Big corn.
Even if big corn is in my corner and not in yours, we're still friends, right?
We'll be friends till we're dead.
If candy corn were running for president, I would vote candy corn and you would vote not.
Yeah.
But we could still be friends.
Yeah, that's true. And if that doesn't paint a better picture of the election this year than what it does.
Bro.
That's what I want to do by the time I'm 50, Cole. I want us to still be friends. But then once we hit 50, that's where it's done.
We're done.
That's where contractually.
We'll sign a contract.
Contractually at 50, we're like, sorry,
Friends till
I
50.
can't see you anymore.
That's awesome. I love it. Great. Yeah.
Great. Well, everybody, we'll see you not on Halloween.
No. I mean, you'll see you now. Yes, maybe.
You'll see us on
unless
Halloween.
you listen to it late, which is your problem.
Sorry.
Oh.
Cool. Goodbye. Thursday, October 31st. The city streets are crowded for the holiday. Even with the rain, hidden in the chaos is the element, waiting to strike like snakes. And I'm there too, watching. 2 years of nights have turned me into a nocturnal animal. I must choose my targets carefully. It's a big city. I can't be everywhere. But they don't know where I am. We have a signal now for when I'm needed. When that light hits the sky, it's not just a call. It's a warning. To them, fear is a tool. They think I'm hiding in the shadows. But I am the shadows. I wish I could say I'm making a difference, but I don't know. Murder, robberies, assault. 2 years later, they're all up, and now this. The city's eating itself. Maybe it can't be saved, but I have to try. Push myself. These nights all roll together in a rush, behind the mask. Sometimes in the morning, I have to force myself to remember everything that happened. Yeah, that's my audition to be Batman.
Bravo.
That's
Bravo.
funny. That's very funny.
It's going in. I'm putting it in.
Yep. Great. It's going in. I'm putting it.